Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. It's June 27th. Woke up real early this morning. Toby's pacing. He doesn't know what to do with himself because it's far too early on a Saturday morning to be up. But that's what happened. And so I was listening to a masculine tell these other masculines that they can't take a little girl and then molest her and then send up reporting on her live, convicting her of being a prostitute. You just can't do that kind of shit. So people are in trouble and they got to get the hell out because they desecrated and defiled every freaking buddy that had an inner son, and they broke them and then said that they chose to be that. Very deceitful criminal behavior of people who were supposed to be guides and guardians. Let's see what's going on then here. Sage for you. All right, planetary circumstance for humanity. So the last message I heard for humanity was that they were all seen as worthy of ascension, so they weren't going to get left behind. There was too much setup happening, too much driven through their minds. In the central energy, current planetary circumstance for the life upon it. Let's see what's going on. Of a rebirth, new beginning, vital force. We could, when I woke up, there was some significant energy moving through me. So it could be that there is a return on some of the energy that had been harvested. We have clarity and renewal with the Four of Cups, a rebirth, clarity and renewal, vital force, Page of Swords, transformation. A few weeks ago, I was in the bath and I heard, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So we've got a rebirth, a transformation. We're like babies in this new ascended space that we find ourselves in. So if you find yourself getting frustrated and short-tempered, just remember, you're learning how to walk all over again. In a completely new energetic environment. Those people who had been working very hard to keep your gates open and your temple infiltrated with lower vibrational essences and energies are not happy. In the challenge position, Queen of Cups, has emotional balance, a deep understanding of what's been going on here, what's been occurring here. Somebody's challenged by your deep understanding of restriction. Eight of Wands. You're nurturing people who had been restricted. There's a deep understanding of somebody's afraid of this Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is feeling trapped. There's a deep understanding of the entrapment of the love of divine feminines in the subconscious. Master. You've mastered yourself. You pay attention to details. You don't take shortcuts. You feel it to heal it. And then you feel it some more to make sure it's done. Precision. In the recent past. Eight of Cups. A detachment. So there's a detachment. Letting go, moving on. And a Six of Swords. A departure. Oh, and just before I started this read, I heard the song. Message in a bottle. Yeah. Some of that SOS. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Message in a bottle. So somebody's sending out a message in a bottle. They're sending out an SOS. They're feeling trapped. They could be feeling like a victim due to your emotional balance. Judgment. They're under judgment because they've been trapping divine feminines, Queens of Cups, their love. And they've been sending up deviousness, fake apples. Someone's sending out these nasty jacks. They're sending out SOSs. They want to re-trap these divine feminines and masculines. They've done some stuff, man. And they're upset because everything that they have accomplished thus far is being reversed. Yeah. You've mastered yourself. You don't take shortcuts. You've got a rebirth here. Bringing about new beginnings. Paying attention to details. Going in a new direction. Completely tempered. The lens is being looked through. Ace of Cups. New beginnings in love. Research. Wisdom. You've gained a lot of research. They've been talking about Jehovah's Witness. It's like the Most High had some like moles or, yeah, like there was, I mean, you know, you got espionage kids, espionage agents, you got those Agent Smiths, they freaking body snatch, freaking whatever, you know. We got the Hermit here. So there's a new beginning in love due to the research that you have discovered while here. Somebody has failed. They're in regret. And that's the song that ran through my mind yesterday a couple of different times. She's love, she's love, she's love, da da da. So that song kept going through the mind. And so the research shows that you are love. You're not out here being a jerk to anybody. They really spun a story. They can't take little girls and turn them into victims and then file false reporting that they chose to fuck up their life like it wound up, you know? These nasty jacks. King of Cups is here. King of Cups is here, and their challenge is that the problem is that they had trapped, and this Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups was trapped. And now King of Cups is in the environment. She mastered herself. Oh, justice, delivering justice. I woke up this morning at like 3:30. I came out to the kitchen, looked at the phone because I left it. It was 3:33, and I'm like, "Ew, the masters are awake," you know. So we got some stuff happening. Outgoing energy. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, persevering. Knight of Pentacles is persevering. So, and gaining his freaking Six of Pentacles. He's persevering. He's giving generously from a Ten of Cups to families. Maybe he's generosity, assisting families. This night. Giving, sharing, assisting family. He's dedicated to family and restoring balance on its behalf. This is the end of conflict. The Queen of Swords knows the truth about the conflict and those who have been bringing it. And it looks to me like she is the gatekeeper regarding harvest and reward and lack. Who gains, who loses. There's a celebration here and a triumph for the lovers. This woman is on the back, laying on the back of this horse. At least that's what it looks like to me. And every wand or whatever that's sticking around, damn. Horse and rider. Whatever you want to look at it as. King of Pentacles is very strong. Or he's a disciplined provider. Gentle power. Could be a tribe of Lyra. Abundance and reward. Queen of Pentacles. So the kings and the queens are coming together, persevering and restoring boundaries, getting a new beginning here, restoring everything for the water perhaps, reborn after this sacrifice, purified Empress, very swiftly transforming into a high priestess, bringing forth change as a high priestess, the mother, nurturing life of luxury, coming in very quickly. She's a high priestess. Somebody's feeling impulsive though, regarding your wishes being granted, because it's bringing an end to everything. It's bringing an end to everything. So yeah, very, somebody's feeling, or there's urgency, a sense of urgency regarding this, your wishes being granted. It's the end of your heavy burden. It's the end. There's death, Ten of Swords, and new beginnings for you. Like, that's it. Death, Ten of Swords, the end of your Ten of Swords, and you're getting a new beginning. Due to the truth spoken by the Temperance angels regarding the lovers, what has been happening in their love life, why these jackasses have been getting them away with traveling into these spaces that they don't actually belong in. Yeah, they've been alone, and people have been effing with your mind. So yeah, bad. Not very nice. There's some stuff going on, and we got a few of these folks left. You know, they screwed up themselves thinking they were being clever, and then they made their problem everybody else's problem. They made their problem the Divine Feminine's problem, and Divine Masculine is here delivering justice. It's like, piss off. Rebirth, vital force, healing, clarity, renewal. You transform. Metamorphose. Twin flames. So we got new matches. New matchy match. The twin flames have matched. The pages have been matched to their twins. There's a deep understanding of this weird thing. Somebody's feeling trapped. There's a deep understanding of this entrapment. Somebody's in fear. It's too late. Somebody's feeling like a victim. Your emotional balance has somebody restricted. It's too late. They're afraid. They didn't make it. You mastered yourself. You became this flame. You got your match. Your power dynamic is united. Whether it be in the physical or in another space. The beloved father of these celestial children is fed up. You're a master, and he is fed. He's fed up. So you're a master, a beloved child of a celestial powerhouse, and he is fed the F up with these people messing with you. He's tired of these nasty ass men abusing little girls and then sending up false reports at the end of their lives saying they chose to be a prostitute when they didn't, because they abused them as a child, and then perhaps later on in life physically, most assuredly, energetically. So God's fed up with it. He's like, how dare you abuse these divine daughters and then lie about it and ensnare them. Yeah, so there's a disconnection. They abandoned you, and you get to leave now. They hurt you, abandoned you, and you get to leave. Love message. Love message, but it came out it kind of came out in the reverse, kind of came out like this. So I'm going to say you're not getting any more. These third-party enemies are going away. They're going at a distance. You're moving on. You're not getting any more love messages or love offers from these wackadoodle freaking ensnarers. God is fed up with it. He's like, look, man, if you're out here trying to trap people with words of love, with actions of love, with this gaslighting, freaking love bombing crap, forget it. Forget it. They're under judgment for how they've been trapping women like this, divine, loving women. Queen bees. They're under judgment for what they've been doing to the queens of these celestial realms. throughout the galaxy who were here. So they were trapped, like seen as prisoners of war. Their beautiful womb energy has been violated in the extreme over the past many centuries. You were able to bring yourself into balance. You're a powerhouse. And these filthy little rats cannot hold you back. You've got victory. You've got victory. You've mastered yourself. You're a beloved child of an upper dimensional celestial realm. These rats cannot keep up with you. You've transformed. So you've got a victory over those sex addicts, those who have been harvesting sexual energy and using it to ensnare those that they have participated in the act with, as well as their families and their friends and other people that they don't know. And they've been using their energetic signature to do baneful shit and then writing false reports at the end of the gate or whatever that their sexual partners had done this. They've been laying the blame and the shame of their crimes on their partners. So you're getting a new beginning in love due to the research that you have done. And the analysis is that these nasty jacks have failed. They're under judgment for how they've been handling the divine feminine by violating them as little girls. And then telling the true divine masculine that they chose to be prostitutes. It's like these fuckers, they've been molesting the queen bees as little girls in order to hold back their energy and their gifts and use them as a bridge into this celestial kingdom that they don't really have a right to be in. They're pirates, identity thieves. Their love spells have failed. Their sex energy harvesting and their sex magic and all of that stuff, it's failed. King of Cups is here. Divine masculine. Bringing justice for what has been happening to the queen bees, to the true divine feminines, their wombs, their power center, so the justices, they're going to lose their spiritual gifts. There's legal matters for flipping the divine feminine and then taking their gifts. For using their gifts, their energy, their identity to go shag and tag people in the upper celestial realms. Harvesting this upper dimensional celestial energy, this golden energy. Prostituting it. Trapping it as a child. The Knight of Pentacles, he's here persevering, coming into persevering with some kind of balance. Charitable, celestial, there's a twin flame. The queen bee is with her twin flame here. Could be this Knight of Pentacles being very charitable to families. We got getting readings. Goodbye. Somebody's getting readings and they know it's goodbye, and Jezebel is running. The Celestial Father said that everything that had been done to the Celestial Daughters is going to be done to those who had been falsely wearing the identities and shagging and tagging and hooking and the entity attachments to the upper celestial sex partners. Yeah, shit's happening. Jezebel is running. So there's a rebirth here with the Sun. Four of Cups. Healing. Self-compassion. You've transformed. You've undergone a metamorphose. Page of Swords here. Communication. You might be in communication. You might have, look, you transformed. You transformed. You united with your twin here in this sacred space. There's a rebirth. Twin flames, are you reuniting, or they are united in this sacred space? Yeah. Challenge position. Queen of Cups has a deep understanding of this weird isolation and restriction crap, and it's too late. It's too late for what? It's too late because she's firm. She has a deep understanding of this trap, this ensnarement, this love-hate thing. She knows exactly what's going on. It's too late because she's wide awake. You can't trick her anymore. And she's a beloved child of a celestial father, and he's fed up with these jackwagons feeding on the masters, these divine queens, these celestial goddesses. He's fed up with them not coming back and serving their upper dimensional celestial communities as they should be. He's fed up with them sending up fake apples to try to destroy the power of these celestial kingdoms and the men who rule over them. Men, women, gods, goddesses. Emperors, empresses. Single. He's fed up with you being single. He's fed up with you doing the work all by your damn self. He's fed up with his beloved child doing all the work by them damn selves. He's fed up with them not coming together with their match. You got these foul fuckers out here freaking leeching on everybody. Leeching on everybody. It's like, no, you're not going to interfere with this shit anymore. You're done, man. He's fed up with it. You can't just violate little girls and then keep them away from their freaking, the person they're supposed to come together with and build with. You're not supposed to violate them and then make it so they don't ever want to come and be a match with them. They never found their queen because they got molested as a child or something. We're moving on. There's people are undergoing transition. People are transitioning out of here. They're being removed. You're departing. You're leaving. You're safe. You're in your boat. You're in your chariot. You're in your ark. You're in your ark. You're tired. You're weary. These people can no longer message you. They can't reach you. They're done. You solved the puzzle. Again, deep thinking, deep understanding. You solved the puzzle. You're firm in your mind. You have emotional balance. You're wide awake. You know exactly what's going on, and you are not messing around. Your life is worth protecting too. These people have been running savior programs, and they've been agitating the mind and the heart space and the emotional body of people. And then they've been, you know, playing children crying, and you got to go play hero and shit. And they've been ensnaring good, powerful men this way. And women, but you know, I've seen some of them, and it's just not good. It's just not good. So they're under judgment for ensnaring the queen bee. They're under judgment by the queen bee. The queen of heaven has been emancipated, freed, vindicated. She's returned home to this haven, and she's a boss bitch. This is divine intervention. Oh, yes. Silence. They gotta stop fucking around with the mind of people. You know, they had a good angel on one side, a bad angel on the other, but it was a bad guide. It was never guiding anybody correctly. It was saying that same devil shit on both shoulders. And it was disconnecting people from their own higher self and their own spirit, because they were hijacking the spiritual identity and using the temple as a ladder to get up and down into that upper dimensional space. They're going to go silent. They cannot go into your mind anymore and coerce anybody into doing this or that, to play savior for anybody, to give up their life so that others may live. That's what these dead entities do. They go and ensnare somebody who's got a powerful life force, and then they feed whatever entity they're serving. You have a victory over these sex addicts. Maybe you tempered yourself and you overcame your own sex addiction. They can no longer ensnare you with this bullshit, torment, bondage. So you're in your chariot. You have a victory over these sex addicts who have been binding people, sucking the life out of them. Oh God, speaking of that, I had a dream or whatever, an astral experience. There was a man on the floor, a brown man on the floor, and he was naked. He had a big pillow over his genital area, and he was leaned up against the sofa, the seating the couch, and he was leaning, and he looked like he had passed away, and his body looked like the literal life force had been sucked out of the cells, like he had turned into this like dead appearance, like the life had been sucked out of him, and the only part that had life was like the center. It was wild. And then there was that woman, like this real evil looking woman sitting on the couch with her leg kicked up. It's like she was devouring the life force of this man. So anyway, you have a victory over this sex addiction that had you bound, that had you tormented. Ace of Cups, new beginning for love. You've done your research. This is the analysis. These people have failed with their love spells. They could not re-trap you in this sex-addicted torment. Addicts. King of Cups is here. Divine Masculine. Talent of a Rose. Delivering justice on those people who do not have spiritual gifts, who's been misusing your spiritual gifts, the spiritual gifts of the rose. They were flipping the roses and then using that talent to do their baneful shit. Justice is being served. The way the talent of the rose had been misused. Their spiritual gifts. So this is the end of their opportunity to prostitute people and to take pictures and movies and broadcast it throughout the region. Justice is going to be served on these divine women. This is the end of their opportunity to treat them like they're a dime a dozen. This knight is persevering. And giving generously to the 10 of Cups, perhaps. There's some kind of charity. Due to the Knight's persevering, they're getting charity. They're getting a 10 of Cups. Somebody's getting readings and they can see that he's going away and Jezebel is running. Forgotten person. There's a forgotten person running. It could be an old friend that stepped in as your identity. An old Jezebel that kept binding, replacing. Oh, she's a real angel. She's so sweet with all of that harvested, stolen energy. Look, they have hope for a back and forth. They have hope for a sacrifice so that they can get their ass into the celestial kingdom. They're drinking right now. There could be some kind of offer to go have drinks, some kind of an encounter. You've ascended, you've been promoted. You found the hidden truth regarding the apples being called prostitutes. They've taken the little girls and violated them and then treated them like shit their whole lives and then filed false reporting about their ability to become celestial women. Fucking assholes. There's a cool down. The sun that's in these women is going away. The mystery. There's a cool down on this freaking mystery. You've done your investigation. The master has done their investigation. All of the details has been logged, researched, logged. Irrefutable evidence has been gathered and reported. And it's irrefutable evidence gained through the same suffering that everybody else was experiencing. You cannot deny it. So you gained a victory over those sex addict energy harvesters that had been binding and everybody. It could be that you have a victory and that those sex addicts are now in bondage, being tormented. God said that they were going to be the new fodder. They've been feeding on the celestial beings for thousands of years, and it's over. There's a new beginning here. You've brought forward clarity. There's renewal. For the twin flames in this sacred space. Those who have manifested, those who have transformed, metamorphosed into the flame. They're having refuge here. We got love bombing. Intense start. Uh-oh. Well, we're going to have to get something. We've got Queen of Cups has a deep understanding of this entrapment. And it's too late for what? It's too late for the love bomber because you are very firm and very clear-minded regarding their ensnarement tactics. They use people only when convenient. Shallow how? And they're Jezebel. Your master and the Celestial Father is fed up with the twin flames being single, not coming together as a power dynamic, not coming together in their matched pairing and doing what they're supposed to be here doing. He's fed up with it. He's fed up with this third-party betrayal bullshit. This love bombing to gain access to the celestial realm and then leaving you behind and replacing you with some devil freaking Jezebel wearing your identity. While you're down here freaking single, making it on your own, freaking earning the way so that these asshats have some story to freaking talk about when they're there. Your life, your experiences. Singing your life songs. Recent past, we got 8 of Cups, release, man, detachment. You're in your 6 of Swords boat, again, departing. These third-party enemies are out of there. They're no longer going to send love messages to any everybody. They've been ensnaring and entrapping everybody. You solved the problem of women getting shagged and tagged or whatever, and then getting left behind. This love bombing replacement, this love bombing replacement bullshit, and then you giving everything to nasty effing jackass, okay? While they leave you alone, okay? Nasty ass Jack and, okay, whatever the hell you call Jezebel. You gave them everything. And they chose somebody else. They're under judgment. All these queens, there's at least 5 of you out there. Boss bitches. We got silence. They're under judgment. Because not only did they take your wealth, take your identity, use your temple as a ladder and a bridge up to their celestial space while cursing you and not allowing you entry, laying all the blame and the shame of their filthy existence upon you. These sex addicts that were wearing celestial energies up there, shagging and tagging and attaching devil entities onto the divine, cursing their bloodlines. Silence. So the back and forth, this hit it and quit it, love bomb, shag it and tag it, and then you come over the next time and he's purposely got a freaking woman, she's there. You come into the house and he's got somebody in the bed. These people are going silent. They can't ask you out for drinks. They can't ask you out for dates. They can't do none of this shit. You have a victory over the needless feeder, the plug in charge up, little nasty Jack and Janet that have been tormenting everybody, binding everybody. They're the new fodder. God said it. Now they will be the ones who are fed upon. And I had that vision of that man on the ground, on the floor of a room, leaned up against that couch, and he was just like that, like his arms, his appendages were like just gray. Like the life had just been sucked out of him, and he was laying there like he was like literally there was no life in him, but he had just been sexually harvested by somebody. He chose to serve whoever this is that feeds on that, and I don't know, man, somebody else gained a victory over it. He's like got perfect balance, harmony, mastered his freaking sexual desires, or took steps to make certain that these people would be blocked AF out of that energy. So you're moving forward. You got a victory over the sex addict and this bondage bullshit. The sex addict could be in torment and bound. Everything that they did to you could be happening to them. They can't just molest little girls and then say, you know, they got to stay here because they're bad, you know? The monster wants to give a fake apology for never showing up. They came at you in the spirit, got their kingdom spouse fucking contract and all the goodies, and then they never showed up. They chose somebody else. They love bombed and then chose somebody else. They never showed up. They probably send in one of their buddies to hit it and quit it real quick just to re-up that connection. They're wanting to come in with a fake apology. It's like, look, man, you never showed up. Go deal with your own shit. Go deal with this entity. So this dude was like passed out on the floor, leaning up against the couch. His appendages, like his arms and his legs were like black. And there was only like a little bit, like he was a brown man. So there was brown. He had life in him here in the center portion. But they had sucked the life out of him. They're eating his soul with this sexual activity. And I don't know, man. You got a victory over that bullshit. They have somebody in bondage. They want to come forward with a fake apology. They need to get back in your energy because they got to feed this thing. Morgue want a dick. I heard morgue want a dick. And they come in and they feed on this man's sexual energy. You got a victory over it. So you got this monster coming in with the fake apology. They need to get back into your queen bee energy. They need morgue to have access to your space. They never showed up and you're done trying. It's like, look, you never shut up, man. And they really dumped a whole bunch of morgue shit on you and you're done with it. It's like, look, this is sex addict, torment, fake apology. They never showed up. It's manipulative guilt. They like to project their nasty framework onto queen bees that actually have value. It's like, go away, man. Nobody wants your freaking flowers because guess what? We are the rose. Look at this monster. This monster wants to come in with a fake apology carrying flowers to the actual rose. Oh, I'm sorry, Rose. Here, look at all these pretty flowers I picked for you. Yeah, no thanks, okay? No thanks, jackass. Go the F away. No thanks. You're getting a new beginning in love because of the analysis here of this really bad jackass playing their stupid little game. They've been defeated. Their love spells have failed. They are addicted. They got toxic attachments to this thing. They've got toxic attachments. They're addicted to your sexual energy. They need contact with that womb, with that rainbow covenant, so that they can use you like a ladder and a bridge into the celestial kingdom. They can't get there otherwise. You can't take a little girl and freaking deflower her and then call her a prostitute for the rest of her life, you fucker. Fuck do you think you are, asshole? Fuck do you think you are? King of Cups is here, divine masculine, looking at the talent, those born with talent, the roses. And it's over. This says never really over. Oh yes, it's over this time. It's absolutely over. This is a final reset. I heard a masculine say that they were done feeding these entities. They're done feeding them. They're on their own. Whatever that is. Somebody's done feeding them. They got a victory over this sex addict, this morgue, this dead person who needs to feed on sexual energy. They're draining the life force out of divine masculines and then tromping around in the celestial space. Somebody's coming in with a fake apology. They need to get back in your energy. They got to get you this queen bee energy to the morgue. You're the savior energy, and those men who dedicated themselves to whatever entity this is are the new fodder, and they're getting the life sucked out of them. They're not going to be using these divine daughters as food supply for this sex addict, this morgue wanted dick entity that they've dedicated their life force to. Yeah, they never shut up. You're done trying. It's like, whoa, okay, don't come in with this fake apology. Whoa, go deal with your own sex bondage with morgue, want a dick. Go give morgue your dick. It's your energy, your everything. You're the one who made the contract, man. You're the one who made the contract. This little girl did not contract with the morgue sex addict. Fucker. Doing love spells, trying to trap little virgins and their gentle hearts, and then treat them like and file false reports that they wound up being a prostitute? You fucker. Justice is being served on the way that they had been using the gifts of these divine feminines, flipping them so that they could take it. This is the end of their opportunity to be using them as sexual banks. No more harvesting the sexual energy out of the bedroom. No more taking pictures, making movies, doing any of that shit with your Jezebel clone to violate their reputation so that the celestial kingdom would never accept them again. Whoa, blocked AF. They are blocked AF. They're in regret for playing with your emotions. They're like, oh, what did we do? Yeah, what did you do? They're blocked AF, so they're like, oh no, they're in regret. You blocked AF them. And you deserve better. You deserve better than to have this damn actress out there fucking doing orgies and shit, wearing your energy in your face, and then violating your stupid, not your stupid, this stupid bitch violating your reputation in the celestial realms by being a whore and making movies and then broadcasting it throughout the galaxy. They're running. You deserve better. You were not that. You're a master, beloved daughter or son of the Most High. And these jackasses have been replacing you. Love bombing you. Shallow how. Jezebel's running. Some forgotten person is getting readings. They can see you're saying goodbye. They're in their head. They're overthinking. You don't give a crap. There's a forgotten person in their head overthinking. You don't care. They left you on red. They never communicated. They left you wishful thinking, and you're done with it. You're protecting your energy. It's like, done with it. They never showed up. You're done trying. Whoever this invisible asshole is, this sex addict out there fucking the world, pretending like they have all this power, you know, they're just a dumbass. And now they're the new fodder for whoever they committed themselves to. Because they can no longer gather divine feminines and feed them to this thing. Done. They can no longer snatch up little girls or little boys and do this kind of shit. I think they were snatching up the little boys, violating them, and then recruiting them to do their dirty deeds, which was love bombing and ensnaring the females. Yeah, dumbass, this program is being put to rest. Well, and as I mentioned earlier, I came out here to get my coffee. It was 3:33 a.m. and I'm like, oh, the masters are awake. So yeah, I suppose so. So there's a rebirth here. You've got clarity and renewal with the Four of Cups. The twin flames are home. They have metamorphosed. Young love, sweet love. flames, refuge, metamorphosed, no longer in isolation. Those who had been left alone and confused are no longer going to be left alone and confused. The twin flames are uniting. Queen of Cups has a deep understanding of this ensnarement, this entrapment, this Eight of Swords, and it's too late to do so because she's very wide awake about shallow hell doing such things. They might be paranoid, full of anxiety, feeling like a victim because she's got emotional balance. They can't take her out. It's too late. She's firm. She's got emotional balance. And they were trying to use her as an emotional utility. They wanted to project their unstable mind and life into the waters or the energy or the mind or the temple of this woman, and it's not working. She knows what's going on, and she's like, I don't think so. Not accepting those kinds of gifts from people without depth, without height, without roots. We got forgiveness. You're no longer being isolated. There's forgiveness. You're under the rainbow covenant. You're the master. You are a master. The celestial father of this beloved child is fed up with them being isolated and rejected and replaced with third parties. He's tired of this third-party replacement bullshit because they just shagged it and tagged it in order to gain access to the wealth and then left you there high and dry, pulling off of you while letting this other person wear your identity. Oh, we're so successful. Look who we got. Yeah, well, no more doing that shit. Absolutely the fuck not. They're being released. Anybody who did that kind of crap looks like they're on their way out of here. You're moving on. They can't send these kinds of messages anymore. You've solved the puzzle. You gave them everything. And it was love unrequited. They didn't care. It's like the more times they could pull one over on you, the more clever and powerful they felt. And it was just sad that they drained you. They nearly drained your entire celestial soul of its vital force. You are protected. The love was unreturned. They're under judgment for the way they treated the queen bee. They're those people who were unfaithful, who cheated on you, who betrayed you, who signed contract with you, who made agreements and then were sexually unfaithful, brought home diseases, broke your heart, tapped your rainbow covenant, and then violated it by giving the spiritual identity belonging to it to a Jezebel, and then laughing at you as though you were nothing. There's forgiveness because it is seen very clearly what they did to you. They love bombed you. They isolated you. And you're coming out of that. No more of that bullshit. All right. They, shallow, no depth, no nothing. You're very firm. They used you for your ability to handle a heavy load and remain stable. There is forgiveness here because they replaced you. And whatever they thought you were doing, it was this other jackass, this Jezebel, who's running now. You're very patient. You got all your things aligned, balanced. And you got a victory over this sex addict, having everybody in bondage. There's a fake apology from a monster who never showed up. You're done trying. You've got your abundance here. They never showed up. They just wanted the abundance. They're coming in with a fake apology. You don't fucking want it. It's like, get yourself out of my energy. You got a new beginning for love due to the research and the analysis that has been going on due to that research. These ones have failed, and they're in regret regarding all of these love spells. They're addicted to your sexual energy. This is how they get along in the world, violating little girls, tricking them into thinking that they are loved, and then turning around, breaking their rainbow chakra covenant, stepping in with Jezebel and the spiritual identity, and then shitting on their head for the rest of their lives, and then telling God that they wanted to be a prostitute after letting fucking Jezebel and this nasty ass go out there and violate the energy of this purity for the entirety of their fucking life. They've been filing false reports at the gate. This was a false contract to begin with. Nothing but a cheap freaking look. They're not a healer. They're not going to be healed. They've lost their healer. They've lost their healer. You're not going to heal them. You're getting a new love. They're in regret for these stupid love spells. It was never love anyway. They did love spells on a little girl to get her to think what? That she was his favorite, that she was going to be his wife, that he was going to give her beautiful children, live in that beautiful house. He lost his healer. He tried to drain the healer, this queen, when she was in her youth. Broke her heart, stepped in as the identity with this stupid Jezebel. They lost their healer. Devil in a mask. King of Cups, Divine Masculine, looking with the born with talent of the rose. It's over, man. It's over. No more sacrificing these divine celestial queen bees. Circle. Circle of protection. It's over. The number on the card is 13. Sacred number for women. Justice is being served. They were using your harvested spiritual gifts to do baneful magic with this bedroom sex. This is the end of their opportunity to twist your gifts, to create movies, to broadcast it throughout the galaxy, to say you were that. They're in regret. They're getting blocked AF, shut out, ghosted. You deserve better. You deserve better. These people are not grounded, or you're no longer grounded. You deserve better. You're no longer grounded. So you get to take off. You get to leave. The Royal Mother stated this is your last lifetime story. These queen bees, these high value celestial divine feminines are getting out of this sex addict, bondage, freaking violating PDF file, freaking harvest system. Knight of Pentacles is persevering. There's a generosity here, or there's some form of generosity regarding a 10 of Cups. There's somebody's getting readings and they're seeing it's goodbye, goodbye. Divine Masculine is goodbye. Divine Masculine is looking for the rose that was born with natural talent of a celestial kingdom. This rose has satisfied all of the requirements, like passed all the tests, I heard top of her class, whatever. And so there's these people, they can't trap, and they're in their head over it. There's some forgotten person in their head over this. Masks are off. The masks are off. Jezebel is running from the past. The past teachers, death. Religious. So they didn't like the big emerald heart of these big divine loving females. So they would shatter the heart. Then they'd make little necklaces and dress up their little devil lady Jezebels in those little robes, those little white robes. While the masks are off, these teachers of the past were teaching people how to shatter the heart of divine celestial women and then pretend to be that. So you are inspired. You have knowledge on how to keep balance in all of this interference. You're protected. You got boundaries. There's joy here. Yeah, things are falling apart in the mental body of these people. You might be listening. Secret garden. There could be some gatekeepers listening. You might be listening to the gatekeepers of the secret garden, the community, and their opinions regarding the shadow. It could be a shadow community and their opinions of your big loving heart. They don't want you there. They're uneasy because they know what they did to love. They know what they did to love, and you're no longer alone. You're no longer alone, and it is seen very clearly what they did to love. Childlike, pure, innocent, trusting love. Over and over again, that's what these ones did. I have my memories of childhood and how they broke and shattered my heart over and over again. Every time I fell in love, that's what I got. So now you got memories of taking care of your mental body while you were in the darkness, when you were under this sleeping spell of these past lives meant to keep you separated from your person. That's all over, man. There's a magician offering, speaking up. Look, you've got life in you. They left you stranded. They left the high priestess and her strength stranded while they were pulling off of her wisdom and her strength and claiming it for themselves. It was never theirs. They attacked her. And now she's making her move. The sun's making their move. The caretaker of the sun. The caretaker of the sun is making their move. The caretaker of this golden celestial realm is making their move. Laying it to rest. Bringing it to rest. Renewing, rejuvenating, rehabilitating with the temperance angels. Re-enlivening, healing. Now, you got some people there, these devils wearing masks. They're like, they want you to get it done, do the healing. They want to give you a little bit of time. They want to encourage you, but they certainly intend on getting rid of you, replacing you. They're up there talking. They're in their head about it. And it's like, wow, man. They know they're in danger. They know what they've done. They know that their minds are open, that the celestial, all of the galaxy of the celestial threads know what they've been doing now. It's not just the golden royal thread. It's every celestial realm. And these entities have been feeding on everybody, replacing their identities, trying to take over these kingdoms and reduce their power by marrying into the tribes, the clans, and then chipping away at the power sources of their units, the mothers. Look, they love bombed you. You're no longer in isolation. You stopped mistaking chaos for chemistry. You know that these jackasses are your enemies, They want to come in and they want to F you, but you know that that's not passion and it ain't love. It's these people hate you. They want to F their enemy and fuck up your rainbow covenant and destroy your peace. There could be some kind of danger. These people are desperate. They've been feeding on you energy for centuries, and they've been wearing the identity of these celestial beings for centuries, and they've been discovered as the devils wearing these robes, and they're being evicted. There's a lot of stuff going on. They're suffering delirium, and they're destroying, according to their devil master or whatever, their perfectly good container. So they can't put another entity into the container, the body, the house, and run around pretending as though they are alive. Queen of Cups has a deep understanding here. Somebody's feeling trapped, or they're feeling like a victim. It is too late for anything, because Divine Feminine is wide awake and firm in her stance regarding shallow hell. There's forgiveness. There's the Rainbow Covenant. You stopped making decisions or using fear as guidance. These people wanted everybody in lower vibrational fight or flight. This is the chaos, the devil, the low vibrational, freaking whatever, lust, Jezebel energy. And you're like, man, I'm not dealing with that crap anymore. You're just done with it. So there's forgiveness. You're no longer afraid. You're not dealing with that. You're just done. You're just done, man. You've mastered yourself. The Celestial Father is fed up with you being in isolation, being rejected and replaced by these third-party fucking game players with love. There's appreciation here. Look, they chose somebody else. But there's appreciation here for you. Some people see you as the main character, and they chose somebody else. They rejected you. God is fed up with you being left alone. They replaced you. They get to stay with their choice. They get to move on, as do you. You're no longer accepting love messages. They can no longer send love messages. This is the end of their relationship with batteries. They will no longer marry into the clan of the celestial kingdoms. They're losing access to all threads. They will not be entering any of these spaces or places. Deep and significant protections are being implemented. So you solved the puzzle of what's been going on here with regard the Divine Feminines giving these jackasses everything and then being replaced. So you are protected now. There's a great protection over the Divine Feminine, and they're under judgment for what they've been doing to the Queen Bee energy. Treating them like they're prostitutes by violating them when they're little girls. Man, some of these spiritual bodies have to be psychically, receive psychic surgery. They have to be freaking constructed. The damage needs to be repaired from this prostitution. What they've been doing to the spirits of people. It's fucked up, man. Love don't pay the rent, but prostitution does. Yeah, asshole. So guess what? This boss bitch, this main character is protected from this jackass. You gave them everything, and it still wasn't freaking good enough. And now little Mr. Loser can go freaking live with his little Mr. Loser self. Provide for his own damn self. Go provide for yourself, man. They got to go feed this morgue wanted dick sex addict that they bound themselves to. They dedicated their life to that for perks. And that's who they're connected to. You're not responsible for that contract. Just because they tricked you into getting a contract, thinking they loved you, doesn't mean you're responsible for that. That's their debt. That's their freaking debt, man. They were siphoning people. They never intended to show up, man. They were just siphoning the abundance out of their spiritual identities and contracts. What a jackass. They're blocked. Your patience. Look, you're bringing silence. This dude has to be silenced. Mr. Back and forth, Mr. Sexual confusion, Mr. Hypersexualize everything, even the children. This dude was getting off on harvesting the womb and using the spirit and the soul of the temple to travel the celestial realms. This low vibrational piece of shit, baneful magician has no rights to that space or the energies in those spaces. This is not a high value soul. I don't even think it is a soul. It's full of this devil fire. And they call it passion while they go ahead and love bomb people, gain some kind of an intimate connection, and then dump all this shit into them and then say they are that. They use people like a toilet. You're no longer in isolation. You've got a victory over this sex addict. We got torment. They could be tormented. You are moving on. You're moving on. You've got a victory over this sex addict. They could be stuck in bondage to more Gwenadick. I saw the vision of the man kind of laying there. His limbs were like black, like the life had been sucked right out of his body. And only the middle portion of him was still brown. It was like, dude, he's getting effed to death. And I guess they used to think it was cool, man, but not anymore since they can't lay it on the queen bees. They're the new fodder. They're coming in with a fake apology, but this is a monster that tagged you in the dream space or whatever, and they never showed up. They just drew off of your abundance. And now they're crying, heartbroken, because you're the main character that everybody appreciates. Everybody knows that the energy was coming from you. It was never this jackass. He was just out there sexually harvesting everybody, desecrating, defiling everybody. This little jackass that chose somebody else is now crying because everybody can see that the abundance is coming from this queen bee. It's not coming from this jackass who had fake and false bridges, man. He had no permission to be doing what he was doing. He violated the universe, all of the threads of the galaxy that they had permission to travel upon. They were violating life at the end of every thread, man. They got off on it. Divine Feminine Queen Bee says this main character, she's like, yeah, she may be messy. Okay, she had to become the eye of the storm that was supposed to like rip her apart and make sure she was rendered freaking nothing. And that didn't work. Look, these people were too busy out there taking pictures of themselves. They failed to see you becoming the eye of the storm. They failed to see you master their chaos. And honey, you're not on clearance. It does not matter what they think of your appearance. It just does not matter. They lost their healer, and you're not bringing them healing. They say that you have the energy that is called the Savior energy, and they need it to heal themselves, but you're not giving it to them. This is it. They're no longer, God said the sun shall not show for them anymore, meaning they're not going to get charged up off of your beautiful, divine, golden energy, life-giving energy. Queen of Cups, Divine Masculine, sees born with features of the rose, and there's a circle of protection around you. This is over. It's over. This is done. Look. These people are going to be disciplined, and everything that happened to you is now going to, they're like, oh, yes, spiritual hygiene starts with laundry. Now, I don't know, but these people are lazy. They don't do anything except go around hating people and cursing people. I've been at this my whole life. Captain Schmackton. Yeah, okay, fuck off and just go ahead and go through the lesson. Yeah, okay, have fun with that. Everything that happened to this queen bee is now going to happen to the little smarty pants here. Divine masculine can see who the true rose is, who actually has the energy, the connections. So there's justice being served on those people who don't actually have spiritual gifts. And it's the end of them harvesting people who actually have spiritual gifts with this sex harvesting bullshit, bondage crap. So, and this photographs of the history. So they're in regret over ghosting you because they're getting blocked AF. You're ungrounded. You're no longer trapped here. You're no longer locked in. The celestial world says you deserve better and you're going to get better. You're getting a celestial kingdom. And it's like God did not ghost you this time. You're not being burned up in the fire. You're not seen as fodder. You're not seen as waste, or you never tried to destroy anybody, hurt anybody, curse anybody. You never returned any curses or engaged in any kind of combat. You just focused on adding value to your soul and being the best version of yourself that you could be, because that's what you had to do to manage the load that you were being forced to carry, while you were serving those people who tapped and tagged you and then chose somebody else, claiming that they were the source of your wealth. God is rejecting and blocking these people for you. You deserve better and you're going to get better. Divine timing. You can't go in and have sex with a little virgin and then piss all over her and tell her she's trash. And then tell the freaking celestial kingdom that their sweet little powerhouse queen here turned out to be trash, you fucker, while glorifying yourself. Gluttonous coward, endlessly consuming sweet little girls and their flowers, messing up their rainbow covenant. Dumbass love spells. God's blocking these people, these dumbasses. This Knight of Pentacles is persevering, and there's some kind of charity, some a big, like the scales are being balanced. And I don't know, I just noticed this looks to be in the form of a cross. I don't know about this religious stuff, you know, and I'm feeling kind of weird because y'all feel, there's so many people out there that feel so confident in that kind of stuff, but you know, we've got mind games, Jezebel, and we got these fake spiritual gurus wearing false identities. And everybody's like, well, if you don't believe this, then no, 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 no. And I'm like, dude, man, are you not aware of the freaking illusions we've been living under? I mean, come on. So the masks are off. The devils are seen. Their robes have been stripped. They're in their head. This is some forgotten person. Jezebel is running away because this knight knows who these people are. We got getting readings. No, you're not dying. Yes, it sucks. They cannot sleep. They're probably taking naps. They probably can't sleep. They're probably having nightmares. All those entities, all that nasty mental magic, everything's coming back. Disturbance, 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 dis-ease. Yes, your peace has now been violated. Isn't that lovely? The return of centuries of intentional effort to cause failure for a species. He owes you nothing but silence, as does she, the fake version of you. It could be this masculine who said, love does not pay the rent. They decided to pimp out the womb of this queen bee to sell off her sacral essence as though it had no fucking value. Love don't pay the rent. Yeah, fuck off. This jackass is so undeserving of ever being connected to anything celestial ever again. And last night's read said that not only were they losing connection to the golden thread, they're losing connection with all cosmic threads. They're unworthy. They bring no value, no protection. They're a threat, a major threat. So they're undergoing a reality check. They're getting rejected. He owes you nothing but silence. She's undergoing a reality check. He can't harvest you anymore and feed her. She's got to feed directly off of him, but he no longer has connection to you, so she can't wear your identity anymore. Jezebel is running because divine masculine can see her for who she truly is. She's feeding on this man who contracted with her, and it's like, oh no, it's not working. It's not the same. It's not your energy. And he no longer has connection to you. So he's coming in with a fake apology, but it's like he never showed up. He just wants the abundance. He wants the abundance that you have, that comes with you, so that he can feed this morgue dick sex addict, this fake version of you, this copycat clone, whatever the hell. Copycat. They're copying a Lyran, a golden energy, a royal divine queen bee. I mean, this is wild. And they're pissed. So he owes you silence. It's like, nobody wants your freaking apology. Stay away. You dedicated your life to this fake version of whatever, this copycat, and they owe their life force to it. Whatever this it is from the morgue, in this female body, this masculine owes it. They're the new fodder, according to he who gives life, you know, he who says who gets to have the sun within them, who gets to have the inner soul, and who doesn't, right? Yeah. So now they're looking for situationship advice. The situationship advice is to unfollow him. Twitter is not your therapist. It's like, unfollow him. Let him go. Let him go. And he's like, you're not even complaining on Twitter? You're not complaining on Twitter about your heartbreak? No, she's taking those tears and she's just unfollowing and being silent. And he's like, she's not even crying. She's not even freaking out. Oh no. Oh no. And it's like, girl, blocking is free. She knows that he's been using her glow up to get a glow up. She knows that he's dead weight. She knows that he's using her power. God's talking to them. Spirit is trying to talk to them, to give them their own advice. But he made very bad decisions and decided to use her power to fuel his own baneful magic. This illusion of domination. Yeah. They were giving the bare minimum to everybody. They weren't devoted to anything or anybody. They will be held accountable because everything that they did, this movies, these baneful freaking orgies, whatever the hell they were doing to defile and desecrate the reputation of true divine celestial daughters, it's all coming back on them. They did it sober, and so they're getting deleted and they're losing signal because all they bring to the table is chaos, betrayal, deceit, pain, suffering, an end of life. They don't even value their own life enough to actually become a valuable soul. They just consume those who have. It's crazy, man. And the universe is not giving your ex back. What they're giving is everything that was done to the ex back. She gets to burn the hoodie and keep the lesson. And those lazy people who had been identity thieving are growing silent. They're losing signal. They're running. They're in danger. Yeah, the celestial kingdom knows full well about the mask wearers. The masks are off. Jezebel is running. They're getting readings on you. They're getting readings on the Ten of Cups family, and it's goodbye. It's goodbye. They're all in their head. They might not be able to sleep. They can't sleep. The male and females that conjured up this get-rich-quick scheme that considered themselves conquerors of the celestial realms throughout the galaxy and all of the life within them. Very arrogant. Those who cannot supply their own energy, those who cannot, who don't have their own God-given gifts, they've just been harvesting others. They don't even use them properly or wisely. They just flaunt it like they're special, and they're not. They bind people and torment people with this sexual bullshit. So that's what's going on now. Velvet ending. It didn't have to be violent to be final, but it was. You're no longer alone. I woke up at 3, came out to the kitchen, looked at the clock. It was 3:33. The masters are up. It did not have to be violent to be final. You are no longer alone. Their army is reptilian. Your army is celestial. Shit is hitting the fan. We got chaos for the freaking love bombers. These asshats. Shallow how? Third party enemy. Buried alive. It's time for Shallow Hell is being buried alive, man. It's their turn to go through what they put you through. It's a violent ending for Shallow Hell, who thought that raping women, children, gender-altering men, raping them too, that was the way to success. They thought it was great. Now everything they've done to others is going to be done to them. They have posses of assassins still hiding out in the territory. These little rats are running around, and they're determined to take this bitch out. This main character. This master. They hate the fact that there's a woman who is a master celestial queen bee, and these low vibrational chaos maker men who rape everything are furious that she's in charge, and she's like, fuck you, you're not going to rape shit anymore. Isn't that fun? Soft armor. You don't have to be hard to be strong. You're the queen bee. You're soft, you're gentle, you're kind, you're sweet. You don't appear to be foreboding in any way. You're very generous. You're very generous, gentle. These people are, what, you're moving on? They're in transition. They're transitioning out. Their handlers or whatever these principalities are upset that they're damaging their perfectly good containers, their flesh suits. They can't stick another principality in there and reanimate it. It's not working out. They're no longer able to send love messages. These third-party enemies can no longer do that. You're moving on. You remembered, you solved the puzzle, you gave everything. They drained you within a nano, whatever, of your celestial soul. They said love didn't pay the rent, and all they have to offer the freaking world is this. The bitch doesn't deserve it. The bitch doesn't deserve it. I'm gonna get rid of that bitch. And the bitch is back. Yeah, fuck you, you fucking whiner. They're out there saying, oh, that bitch whine. And look at him, man. I mean, it looks to me like the only ones bitching, moaning, and crying are the frauds, the thieves, the brutalizer, and copycats. They're men and they're low vibrational copycats. The masks are off. Done. Can't see it. They owe you silence. They got to go quiet. They got to go through everything that they did to you. Moonlocked. They are moonlocked. They are under a spell of their own making. They have to break free of their own spell that they intended to trap you for eternity. They're under judgment for doing such things to the queen bees. This back and forth bullshit. They owe you silence. In your patience, just be patient. Be patient. Mr. Self-gratification is what's going on with Mr. Self-gratification. It could very well be that you were patient, that you celebrated your own life, that you said, you know what, these people are under judgment for the way they treated the queen bee. And the queen bee's like, look, I know y'all hate me, but guess what? I kind of love me, and I'm going to go out and treat myself nice. So you bought yourself flowers, you went out and got yourself the tiny luxuries, the special handmade, 100% freaking dark rose chocolate and all that good stuff, These things that these others were accusing you of being decadent for. Yeah, piss off. While they're out there raping everybody. Yeah, whatever. So you romanticized your own life. You got the quiet flame, soft and steady. Look, and that's soft and steady, soft and firm, soft and strong. Your inner fire is reshaping the world. Soft and firm. Main character, Queen Bee. They looked at you, they said, oh, look at this softie. Yeah, we're going to have fun with this one. Boy, they did too, didn't they? You got that quiet flame. They didn't know. They didn't know. You got a victory over this sex addict that's been binding everybody. You are no longer bound. They're having anxiety. They're being tormented. They're coming in with a fake apology. Whatever this morgue Gwenadick is draining their life force. They can't survive it. They won't survive it. They never showed up. You were done trying. They just wanted you for your wealth. They owe you nothing but silence. And this fake version of you is getting rejected. You don't have to be hard to be strong. You know this fake version of you fucked over, did everything they could to be you, and you're just done. You're protected. And they're rejected. You are authentic. And they're a fraud. They're like, you bitch! And you're like, really? Just go away, man. It's wild. It's wild how these entities these mask wearing, shadow freaking walking, you know, creepers, these little rats in the cabinets, you know, they think that they are in competition with this person who is not in competition with anybody except for her own damn self. That's what they do. They add more and more value to their soul, more and more skill to their little basket, more and more resilience to their inner fortitude. It's like they're not out here like, you bitch, oh, you this, you that. It's like, come on, man. Stop muddying the waters. Just go do the work and stop freaking whining. You're drifting between the realms. Let go of the map. You're meant to float for now. You could be drifting through the realms, visiting people, between worlds. King of Cups, Divine Masculine, born with features of the rose. It's over. This is done. No more soul ties with those who are feeding on you. You are circled. There's a circle surrounding you. There is a reset happening now. All of these Jezebels are running. They're gigolos too, because whatever happened to you is going to happen to them now. Unwritten skies. Your story is still being painted across the cosmos. They've been broadcasting lifetime story of Earth women, the queen bees that have been trapped here. They've been violating, desecrating every freaking thing. And now all of that desecration is coming back on them. They thought themselves victors and conquerors, and now they're finding out that they are the rose. They're the new fodder. Every violation that they placed against the soul is going to be done to them now. We're in the middle of a sacred pause. This stillness is not a punishment, it's preparation. So these people are, and we are being prepared. Divine Masculine is looking for those born with natural talent. There are tests that people are needing to satisfy the requirements of. And this rose has passed that test. Justice is being delivered here. The truth has been discovered about these people who don't have talent. They've been sexually harvesting their bondage. They've been binding people and harvesting their sex energy in order to manifest power. They never showed up. They just wanted to violate little girls and recruit little boys. This is the way they did it. They're blocked AF. You're no longer grounded. They're in regret. You're protected. God is blocking these people. It's the end of their opportunity to sexually harvest anybody. We got new protocols in place to protect this nectar that can destroy or create worlds and universes. You are the key. You've unlocked the illusion, the freaking whatever, and the barriers have fallen. The celestial army is here, taking care of this mess. There's a knight, persevering, being very generous with the Ten of Pentacles, and being very generous with the family. The cross, the sacrifice. Those who are covered by this sacrifice are getting taken care of very generously. It's goodbye to those who are getting readings on you, spying on you, these Jezebel copycat lookalikes. So there could be like no more getting readings, no more psychic, no more for this Jezebel to be spying on people, to abuse divination. So Jezebel is running. They can no longer access divine information regarding you, regarding the divine celestial family. This is a forgotten person who's all in their head because the masks are off. They can't sleep. It feels like they're dying. They feel sick all the time. Reading between the lines. What's unspoken speaks loudest. They could be having a lot of unspoken stuff happen in their head. Their guides or gurus were talking about delirium and them wanting to unalive themselves. They are messing with their container. So their masters are upset. They're destroying their containers. You disappeared inside of yourself in order to survive, but your soul map, nobody else can read it but you, and you've always known the way back. No one else can read it but you. They ghosted you, but you have a soul map and it knows the way back. No one else can read it but you. You came back. And you say it doesn't matter, but part of you is still bleeding. You could be looking back in order to heal whatever it was, because you've got new clarity now. You're the light keeper. And you're no longer fighting what used to scare you. There's no need to fight it. The sacred shadow. There's a return to wholeness. Two hearts aligned. So there's a rebirth with the sun here. Clarity and renewal. The twin flames are coming home. They have went through a metamorphose. They stopped mistaking chaos for chemistry regarding this love bombing, this intense start. You're no longer fooled by this gaslighting, love bombing bullpucky. You're protecting your energy. You're no longer alone. It didn't have to be violent to be final, but it is, because these people who've been having you bound and have been accustomed to feeding on you no longer have access to you, and they're not their own supply. They become very accustomed to feeding on celestial beings and assuming the identities of them, these shapeshifter reptilians. You cut through the confusion regarding the danger of these identity thieves, celestial wealth pirates. It's too late for them. They're being buried alive, or they're challenged because you buried them alive. They've been burying people alive. This is shallow hell, and their cohort. There's no depth to these people. They could be getting buried alive. You stopped using fear as guidance. You just barged right on through, and there's forgiveness here for whatever this is. Queen of Cups has emotional balance and a deep understanding of this restriction, this Eight of Swords. It's too late because she's quite firm in her mind. There's no detour. I guess it's part of divine plan. It was part of the plan. God knew what he was doing. It was ahead of you. Knew what was going on. Watched the whole thing. Mastery probably led you into your mastery, helping you transform, become the master character. You're an arc. Master character arc. A master character arc. You're an archangel. Queen Bee. Master character arc. You are the queen bee, the arc, the bridge. Firm. You know what's going on. People appreciate you. You have gifts to share. You're not here to hurt anybody. The evil entity has left. You're the main character. You got your glow up is the best revenge. The entity has left. It's backfiring on these people that called it forth. Their candle magic is backfiring. You're the main character. Your glow is just far greater than that candle there. The entity has left. It won't attack you. The black magic failed. You broke a curse. It returned to sender. There's a transition for those who abandoned you. Those people that abandoned you and tortured you are being transitioned. Transitioned out. You are safe. Taking a break. You've got refuge. Moving on. These people, these third-party enemies can no longer message you. You've solved the problem of these women giving everything to these people and being left alone in the dark, called a prostitute, called a dime a dozen, unvaluable. You have protection. And this little POS who said love does not pay the rent is crying because they're under the spell of their own making and they're locked in. Moon locked. I heard somebody mention the moon the other day. This nasty ass Jack is moon locked under their own magic. You're protected. Look at him cry. I'm so sick of listening to these whiners. It's tiring, man. Their solution for everything is to destroy a woman. That's their solution. That's their go-to. Sick. That's the way they play chess, man. This nasty ass is in competition with a woman. He feels inferior and he feels like he has to go beat her up, freaking hit her with a hammer. He's a nasty ass. He's like, let's go play chess. Okay, send hammer man, whatever, yeah. Go get the bitch in the head. We'll take that bitch out. Yeah, fucking man. Gonna get taken out by, a real divine masculine is what's gonna happen. Dumbass. Because they're playing games with the queen bee. The entity's coming back. This is their own freaking delirium. This is their shit. This is what they play in. They should not be in the celestial kingdoms. Playing with the energy of innocent purity. Their inner sun, their soul, SOL, the fire that lights up their life, Playing around with your quiet inner flame, queen bee. Woo! They didn't see that coming. You are reshaping the world around you, calling judgment. on these folks for what they've been doing. And it's not just you. Divine Masculine is here calling judgment. He's looking for the true, honest to goodness talent of the sacrificed roses. Those people who can pass the requirements of being in that space. Can you generate something from scratch? Can you manifest? Are you a creatress? Do you actually belong in the celestial kingdom? Are you an actual celestial being? And so we got folks out there undergoing tests. Divine Masculine is undergoing tests for people, and there's new requirements in order to be present there, apparently. Hope does not stop the karmic wheel from turning. You are reshaping the world around you, Divine Feminines. You have a victory over these sex addict, bondage, torturer monsters calling themselves men who harvest from the dream space, from the astral projection, whatever the hell they got going on, siphoning everybody's abundance, tapping into the rainbow covenant, their spiritual identity, sending in Jezebel as you. You bitch! She's copycatting me. Oh, come on, man. A real queen ain't going to go around pointing fingers at some jackass she's never met in her life and say, oh, that bitch is doing what I'm doing. Oh, go stop her. Bitch, we don't care what you're doing. Just stay the fuck out of our energy. Go deal with somebody who actually is sick of dealing with you. These Divine Masculines, go take your test and see if you meet the requirements now that you're cut out of everybody's energy. Asshole. You got soft armor. You're in alignment. Patiently aligned. You're no longer alone. You're no longer alone. You did the work. And you got this fake version of you all freaked out. They got it. This monster owes you silence. These sex addicts owe you silence. You are protected. Your chakras are protected. You're in alignment. You're in flow. And this fake version of you ain't getting into that freaking covenant. Look at her. Rejected. Rejected. They're being rejected because you are strong. You are in alignment. Source connected. Firm. Queen bee energy. And you got these, man, look, the entity came back. Candle magic failed. So you're getting a new beginning in love due to the research, due to all of this good stuff that you got going on. You could be between worlds, becoming something more. Drifting between realms. You might be visiting these celestial threads or what is at the end of them. Somebody's in regret. They have failed to desecrate and violate your reputation, your character with these stupid love spells of these addicts of your energy, these violators of young girls, and then manifestors of some crazy effed up story regarding their life of promiscuity. Jackass. They've lost their healer. You're no longer going to bring them healing. You're done dealing with them. They can't tap into your energy. They say you have the energy that brings, that you got this savior energy because you can heal them, but you're not going to. God said this is the end of their relationship with batteries. They will not use you to heal themselves. They have to go get the freaking skill on their own. Sit, watch, observe, and then make your move. Honey, you're not on clearance. These people are in an ocean. They're undergoing a spiritual death. They're undergoing a spiritual death for what they did to you. They will experience hardship and failure. And it's not your fault. You can't punish yourself or beat yourself up for surviving what they thought was an impossible life path. You can't punish yourself for overcoming this more than significant challenge to your existence. These men, they want to whine and bitch and moan and accuse and project their own vile, whatever the hell they got going on inside themselves. With their Jezebel, their nasty, fake version of you, freaking what the hell ever. They said, love doesn't sell, sex does. Come on, man. So celibacy, alignment, source connection, love and honor and respect for one's internal divine, and that power that is in the temple. I mean, come on, man. The soul knows, but these people aren't listening to the soul. They're just out there harvesting. They're dead people wanting a energy harvest. And not everything they did to you is going to happen to them. They're being sucked. Spirit showed me there was a lot more. I had like 3 really strong visuals of this. What was it? It was that high priestess that was hanging out with all the celebrities, all the stars, whatever. She looked really scary. But anyway, she's like siphoning them. And I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about those people. I try very hard not to pay attention. I just don't want to know. They can no longer tap into your sacral energy. They can't harvest you anymore. Your story is still being painted across the cosmos. You're leaving behind a legacy. This is the end of the lifetime story of Earth Woman. This is the end of the suffering of the queen bees of the celestial kingdoms. Divine Masculine knows and is looking for right here in the environment, the talent, those who are born with the celestial features of celestial queens, and they're being protected. They will not be pulling off of this sacral essence. You might be feeling a pinch in your womanhood area right now, because this is the nitty gritty, right? And there's got to be some kind of a the divine masculine is making very certain that these fake versions of you are not able to pull from your sacral. So there's like a chastity belt, some kind of a thing like that is going on. There's some kind of a thing that's protecting the womb space of the rose, so that the fake version of you can't they're getting rejected. It's very clear. They can't pull off of your sacral, so because it's being protected by there's some kind of a chastity belt or something. I don't know what that is, because I don't know about this kind of stuff, but there you go. They can't pull off your energy. They can't make anybody believe that they're connected to you in any way, that you share space together some way, somehow. They're blocked AF. They're ungrounded. They could be ungrounded. It could be them that is ungrounded. But I think it could very well, they have to get off the planet. They have to leave because of what they've been doing to humanity. They got to get disconnected from the Mother Earth. Blocked AF. Because they've been playing with the minds of everybody. Happy, sad, mad. They've been driving the minds of everybody into this ungrounded kind of a situation, because that's what they are. So they got to get out. They can't mess with the mind and then accuse people of having anger issues. It's like, just stop, man. The barriers have fallen. Celestial realms are here. They're all psychically connected, and everybody can hear the plans and the strategies of these nasties because they're connected also. So we're all connected, and everything that they strategize and try to plan and everything they say is heard and then dealt with. You got protection here. This is over. They are blocked AF. God is blocking him for you. Look, they got to reap what they have sown. Knight of Pentacles, persevering. Six of Pentacles, generosity. 10 of Cups, family. We're saying goodbye to those Jezebels that have been getting readings, that have been misusing or abusing divination tools in order to identity thieve people who had wealth or status or were going to have. Reading between the lines. They can't sleep. They feel sick. The devil's masks are off. They're being stripped of their robes. They're in their heads. This is a forgotten person. You don't know who this Jezebel is, but apparently they've been wearing your identity for some time. Your spirit guides are no longer shielding this fake version of you. This fake devil. So, you know how sometimes, when, even when you feel passion, and even if you don't have an orgasm or any of that, the passion itself, the energy of it can leak. And anybody that's astraling into a space can harvest, I guess, these ghosts or whatever. They have ways of doing that. I don't know how that would be, but they have ways of doing it. So like I mentioned, there seems to be like a plug, a freaking chastity belt, some kind of a confinement of that special celestial golden energy. These people, these roses that have been identified are encircled, and it's over. Like, it's really over. This is closure, absolute closure. The roses that have been discovered, that have been identified with the natural born talent of a celestial soul, are encircled and protected. This is over. They will not be harvested anymore. They will not be trapped. They will not be harvested. They will not be replaced by fake versions of you. They're going to reap what they have sown. You're getting a new journey. Resilience is your superpower. Your protectors, the celestial kingdom, they know who the copycats are, and they're no longer offering protection to them while punishing you as a copycat. While you were being blamed for doing baneful magic, while the one that was in your place was doing baneful magic on you. The copycat, in wearing your identity, was trying to destroy you with baneful magic, and then you were being punished and attacked because you were seen as that. But now the truth is out. Your resilience is your superpower. Surviving and thriving under harsh conditions. Adaptability, built for survival. Intentional living. Self-sufficient. You don't have anybody here with you but the divine. And you're getting a new journey. Because these people don't own you. They're no longer connected to your soul. They went the wrong way. Keep the vision. Keep the eyes open. Keep the vision. Be prepared at all times. You've got lurkers. You've got nasty rats, nasty jacks. They're creeping and crawling. They want to get into your energy so bad, Queen Bee. They've done it many times, apparently, throughout history. Thousands of times they've stolen your honor and replaced you in this space. And that's their intention again. So just be aware of that. They are hiding. they're not going to be able to take your energy. Even if they were to capture you, they can't transfer your energy. There's I'm certain of it, solutions in place to protect that energy so that these nasty jacks never, ever, ever get it again. No matter what happens, they will not receive the celestial power that they can then turn around and bind the celestial realm that they harvested it from. No more of that. So, this is the message. Your spirit guides are no longer shielding Jezebel, and she's running. Anybody who's been abusing divination to try to ensnare and entrap queen bees and replace them in their spiritual identity and in this space so that they can go up there and mess around with high value souls, yeah, they're in trouble. All right. Well, that's that, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.